Alright, we're back with more, I'm not a no, I'm not a human. I don't think we got very far in the last episode. I recorded the last episode, I believe, 3 weeks ago now. It's been 2 or 3 weeks. I'm kind of trying to swap this in with, Quarantine Zone. So, every other week, I believe, is going to be an episode of, No, I'm Not a Human, and the, Quarantine Zone, so... let's go ahead and continue and see what we got going on. Let me do this, because I am expecting a delivery at some point. I don't know if it's going to come this morning, but let me kind of just organize this a bit here to where... yeah, that'll work. Alright, because I need to keep an eye out for that delivery. I'm getting a mattress delivered today, and I kind of want to be at the door when it gets here, so hopefully they don't come while I'm recording, but if they do, they do. So, what are we at? Alright, so we're on day 4. Yeah, we did not get very far. I believe I can save the game and quit to desktop when I'm done recording, so that is an option. Oh. Was not expecting a bloody mess. Alright, so we got through, it looks like Tall Man's story, unless I, like, did something here. Alright. Yeah, it looks like we already talked to everyone or something. Got this dude. Alright. Majored in theater production, and let me tell you right away, Fred, I wouldn't recommend it to anyone, or the theater in general, honestly. It might look all classy from the outside, but nobody appreciates the stage anymore. I mean, if you're doing it purely for the art, and you don't mind being broke your whole life, be my guest. Sure, there are a few big-name companies that play the famous stages, but they're rare. Everything else is low-budget stuff. People would rather see a movie because it's cheaper, flashier, and easier. So yeah, just one big disappointment, friend. Yeah, I kinda... Like, when I was younger, like, believe it or not, I wanted to do something in arts, but my mom always told me that, that ain't gonna pay for shit and you're not gonna get anywhere for it, so, as unfortunate as it is. Alright, so... let's start checking people here. Okay, so I know the eyes darting around like that later in the game is a sign. But we're gonna leave him alone. We know the other 2 guys are safe, so... oh, let's see your hands. Alright, I don't see dirt under the fingernails, so we're gonna leave him alone for now. Let's check ourselves. Hands, I guess. Yeah, they're clean other than, like, gunpowder and whatnot, so... okay. Go to bed now. I think the cat lady comes tonight, but I'm not 100% on that. Alright. Let's go look out some windows. Oh, shit. Neighbor's house, which you just painted white, is now charred blacker than black. It seems the fire is still blazing even now. Oh, they fixed that, because I think it used to say the fire was, like, put out not that long ago, and the house was clearly still on fire, so they must have fixed that. Could someone have burnt it down on purpose? What happened to your neighbor's family? Is anyone still alive? Your worried thoughts swirl in your head, and you're overcome with a feeling of incomprehension and helplessness. Okay. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, I'm coming in a minute. Oh, it's this guy again. The pale, creepy man is standing on the street smiling. He's holding someone's decapitated head in a helmet. It's the head of a soldier, his face frozen in a terrified grimace. You're not sure what scared him more, the pale visitor or his own impending death. Yep. The entire squad of soldiers that arrived just yesterday is dead. Looks like there was a massacre out there. Bodies scattered across the whole street, and one of them is missing its head. Did that pale, creepy stranger kill them all? What do you think? Alright, let's go see who's at the door. Oh, FEMA. Hi, bro. Let me get a Red Bull out here. Because I am recording this fairly early in the morning. It is quite dark in here. Ever since I reoriented my desk, the light, my ceiling fan, which is up there, pointing to it, it's above me, but I'm not facing it, so there's like no more light on my face. However, I am in front of a window, and it's still kind of dark outside. We also have a snowstorm raging outside right now. So, might have to invest in a light. I don't know yet, so good evening. I'm from FEMA, and we're making calls around your neighborhood, or house calls around your neighborhood, checking in with the residents. Are you alone? No, of course not. My squad split up in a few smaller groups so we could cover more ground. This shouldn't take much of your time. How about the dead guys that are, like, you know, beside my house? You got anything to say about that? Why are you in protective gear? Should we be wearing that too? No, but you could buy some if it would help make you feel safer. We're still in the process of studying the sun's effect on the environment. It's important for us to be careful since we're spending so much time outside. Yeah, where do you guys go during the day? Do you just hide or something? Can't imagine you guys being outside. So what happens next? I'll take one person. We'll run tests to make sure they're okay and determine if it's safe for them to continue living in the area. And we'll verify that they're human too, of course. Do I need to pack? Is this your house? Then no, stay with the other residents. If you need to evacuate, we'll let you know. We'll just take one person and be on our way. Oh, of course they took Tall Man. I think it's kind of a thing at this point where they always take Tall Man. They always do on my runs, so. Alright, well, we'll never see him again. Oh boy, it's Weed Man. Weed Man, Weed Boy, Weed Man. Yo, how's it hanging? Dude, you been seeing how gnarly things are out here? What the hell is going on? Be for real for me, dude. What did I miss? My sinuses are going, so my voice isn't up to it, but I gotta act this guy out. He's Weed Man. The sun is flaring up and burning people alive during the day. No frickin' way, bro! I saw that movie, the one with the bald dude. Oh, the bald man? So all we gotta do is send a team of badass astronaut heroes to the sun, right? Boom, rocket launched, mission to go. Stop the world from ending is a go. Radical, dude. Oh, and the team has to have 4 people. That's like totally the golden survival number. What the hell are you even saying? Dude, I know exactly what I'm saying. You know how sci-fi writers already know what the future's gonna be like? Like they go space brain and predict crazy tech stuff before it even happens. Imagine if we went to space and started sending letters to aliens. Whoa. Oh yeah, my camera's also in the way. Give me 2 seconds to adjust that down. Oh, not that. There we go. Alright, I'll chillax. Come on, let me in. Yeah, sure, why not? Yo, appreciate it, my man. Man, this might be the raddest thing that's ever happened to me, like, ever. They should totally make a movie about this someday. Oh, I should have rejected him, because I think... Uh-oh. Hi. Let me in. What happened? They killed my daddy. Who did it? Visitors came to house. They were sitting with us. Daddy was talking to them about something, and then they killed him. Now our house is on fire. Oh, we gotta get rid of the couple that's in there. Yeah, that's fine. Guy's a massive piece of shit anyway. I think we determined he's not a visitor, but this is a guaranteed human, so... I'm fine with swapping her out. Yeah, I'll kick them out. They can go. Alright, who else? I think Cat Lady comes tonight. Yep, there she is. With the cat. You open or not? Do you know the bald man? Too many question. Yes, I know. How will help you? Who are you? I dance. Ballet. You can tell? Did someone send you here? Don't think so. Why matter? Heh. I don't think you're human. So what? Want see me dance? Maybe I dance. I'm ballerina. Well, you decide what we do? Yeah, we need that cat for one of the endings, and I think that's the ending I'm gonna go for, so we're gonna let her in. Poor dancer, freezing cold. So sad. Do not torture Kitty. Kitty hates cold. So we gotta kill her in the AM, but... is that it? Yeah, that's it. Yep, so we got the cat now. So we are going to... hopefully nobody dies overnight, because that's gonna be bad news bears. Okay, good. Good afternoon, you're watching the news. Due to a sharp increase in suspected visitor sightings, FEMA has announced that it is enacting a new protection measures. Effective immediately, a full quarantine will be enforced across all major population areas. Travel outside your city or to nearby villages is strictly prohibited. Please stay within your designated area. In addition, FEMA has revealed a new visitor identification procedure, hairless armpits. FEMA reports that the visitors have no visible hair in this area, making it a useful identification tool. The agency is asking citizens to bear with these tests and comply with escorts to quarantine zones. That's all for now. Stay calm. Don't leave the house during the day. Next up, a report on what you can do if you spot a visitor. So they do give you do get FEMA slips throughout the storyline. So... alright, we gotta go take care of this problem we have in here. Yeah, you need to go. Pull out gun. Shoot them. I know I'm not reading this, but... she's an obvious visitor, so... the girl we don't need to test. She's guaranteed to be safe. And then we have the basement down here, which is unlocked by getting the cat. And eventually we will be spending a lot of time down here, but we kind of gotta be careful about how we spend our time down there. So, alright, Weed Man I'm pretty sure is in the bathroom. Sup? Sup, dude? What were you doing before the cataclysm? Bro, I was just chilling, you know, watching flicks, hanging with the homies. But now, no more movies, no more hangouts, real bummer, dude. TV just loops the same thing. Panic commercial, panic commercial. My homies don't even pick up anymore. Yeah, they're probably fucking dead. Heard some big shot saying, now's not the time for fun, this is a crisis. Man, screw that bore. Fun never ends in Fun Town, booyah. Alright, we gotta test you. I'm pretty sure with this guy, if his hands are dirty, he's a visitor, so we're gonna... and he's clean, so we don't have to worry about him. Like, one time I was super baked, stared at my fingers, and dude, I realized those are my fingers. Just wiggle them, watch them move. Trippy stuff, man. Yeah, we're leaving him alone. He's good. It's this other guy I'm concerned about, but... oh. Alright. Because the important part here is we need to check our own armpits, and we need to wash them because there is a dude that is gonna come by later, and he's gonna fuck you up if you show a visitor sign, so... I think we're gonna get a visit from the bald man later. Oh, I should probably... hold on. Do I have Energica? We'll talk to her in a minute. Yeah, we have it. I want my mommy. Tell me what happened. I don't know. They came in and started talking, and Dad said they were wrong, and then they said, Daddy, Daddy. Okay, just rest for now. Girl calls out to her father nonstop. There's no end in sight to her hysterics. Well, yeah, she lost practically both of her parents. Alright, so I think the smart thing to do now, to kind of, oh yeah, the radio. Feeling lonely, anxious, got no one to talk to? Then the phone relay is just what you need. Call us now at 891-533 and we'll connect you with the perfect conversation partner. Okay. Hello, kitty. We shall pet the kitty. Hard to tell if it likes it or not. This cat does have a name in the game files, but I don't remember what it is offhand. Alright, so we should probably get it some cat food. We're probably gonna need that. 803913. Could also get kombucha too, but I think we'll get that in another round. 2 cans of cat food, please. We'll go to sleep because we don't have energy. Of course, my camera decides to disconnect when I look over at it. Stupid driveway cam. Alright. Oh yeah, windows. You're looking at the ruins of your neighbor's house. A happy family lived there until recently. Now only a ghostly shell remains. A strange feeling overwhelms you, as if you knew this was coming. As if death was coming to that house, oh so very soon. Alright. You see a human skull decorating a stake, still wearing a helmet. Skin has been burnt black and it looks like someone has yanked out its teeth. Head must have been out there all day. Can't shake the feeling that this grisly display is a threat, probably left behind by that creepy, pale visitor. Yeah, I'm coming in a minute. FEMA officials are inspecting the site of the recent massacre. They're taking all the dead soldiers' equipment and weapons to prevent looting. Probably didn't expect a pale visitor to survive against a group of armed soldiers. Now there are a few more body bags. Alright, let's see who's at the door. Oh god, you again? Didn't you come yesterday? Good evening. I'm with FEMA and we're running a routine inspection of your neighborhood. Don't worry, it won't take long. What about the last inspection? The results were inconclusive. To study the sun's effects more thoroughly, we'll need to take someone else from your household. Fine if there's no other way. Don't worry, the procedures are demanding, yes, but we allow them time to rest. Oh, of course they take fucking weed, man. Once the tests are done, we'll tell you what to do next. He doesn't look too happy. I mean, look at him. He's like, man, he's probably like, man, this guy's killing my vibe. You're unable to immediately transfer a suspected visitor to a quarantine zone. Issue them a mandatory appearance slip. So we get an appearance slip from them. Oh, shit. So you're still holed up here, I see. What did you think of that guy? The one in the suit. I don't know how I feel about him. Why feel at all? Everything's been decided for us. A blessing, wouldn't you say? Or do you want to fix it all by yourself? I'm doing what I can. And what exactly can you do? Can you ward off death? Stop the floods, the fires, the decay? The only thing you can stop is a heartbeat. So... you alone? I am totally not alone at all, sir. Still scrambling to survive in this new world, are we? Why? Dogs rule the world now, and only dogs survive here. You understand what I mean, yes? Things will never go back to the way they were. Life changed. You're falling out of rhythm. Next time we meet, things will be interesting. Yeah. Hello, bald man. Wonderful, the cat's with you. What to do with the one who brought it is for you to decide. Well, I already decided what to do with that person. They're dead. How did you know about the cat? I see further than most. A gift I was given. But I don't see all. But you, I know what awaits further down the path you walk. Something terrible comes to meet you. You are not the cause, yet you will feel its touch all the same. Perhaps they'll mention it on the radio. Will you listen? What's gonna happen? I can't say more. I've already said too much. Treat this as advice if you wish, but for 2 days yonder, testing portends doom. This is why we needed the cat food. When I first came here, I felt something strange. Now the feeling has subsided somewhat. I think we're on the right path. I hope to see you again soon. And then our delivery guy. How'd you become a delivery guy? Just passed the screenings. They checked all the signs and decided I'm human and... Oh, you mean how I ended up still working in the middle of an apocalypse? Well, what else was I supposed to do? Sit at home and rot? At least out here I can distract myself and not think about this whole shit show. Besides, my family's far away. I'm not from around here. I only came to study at the local university. I'm on my own. Being alone isn't that bad. Yeah, sure, you're surrounded by other people in your house, so that's easy for you to say. Alright, I've got an order here to deliver to you. Ready to take it? Yep. Give me that cat food. Good night. Anybody else? I think she's also guaranteed safe. So we're gonna let her in. I'm sorry to bother you, but do you have a moment? I just feel so awful. Maybe I could talk to you? What happened? I just wanted to provide a little hope for kids who have been abandoned. I took in those they called tainted. Any child they feared might be a visitor. We lived together in the old kindergarten building. They just needed someone to care for them, to love them. I did my best, but it wasn't enough. I couldn't save them. She didn't mention anything about a fire, but what happened to the children? They all died in the flames. The other townsfolk did it. They were terrified the children might actually be visitors. They forced me to watch. First, they locked the doors, nailed the windows shut, then they set the building on fire. I could still feel their terrified little eyes watching me. We're gonna let her in. I know there's nothing I can do to bring them back, but thank you for listening and for letting me in. Yeah, I know you're a guaranteed visitor. The heat doesn't bother me. I'm just looking for a quiet place to rest. May I find some peace in your home? Who are you? It doesn't matter anymore. Are you wondering if I'm a visitor? I'm not, but I do have a request. I'll ask you later, but I'm not sure I can trust you yet. The heat doesn't bother you? I'm always cold. Others burn in the sun. I wrap myself in layers and still feel on the verge of freezing. I'm afraid to take any layers off. What if it just gets worse and there's no death to ease the suffering? Yeah, you should leave. I understand. Goodbye, then. I can see your hands are stained with gunpowder. Could you shoot me? Right. I'm sure you don't want to waste the bullets. Goodbye. Yeah, that one's a guaranteed visitor. No one else? No one else. Fine, fine. So I think unless the theater guy is a visitor, I think we have just humans in here right now. Oh wow, my gain got turned way up. I'm sorry if the audio was a little bit loud there on my end. I'm still getting used to this setup. Experts believe abnormally high solar activity is to blame. Oh, forests are on fire. While the full scale of the disaster remains unclear, fire crews from nearby cities have been deployed to contain the blaze. Despite the fires, visitors continue to terrorize the nation. FEMA has announced a new identifying sign to aid the public in their fight against the visitors. Aura film photography. Yeah, this one's hit or miss, I feel like. Dark patches appear on a captured image as a strong indicator that the subject may be a visitor. Not always true. Pictures can kind of vary wildly, and unless you really know what to look for, then this can be rather hit or miss. Stay calm and remain indoors during daylight hours. Up next, a word from our sponsor. Is it for rest again, or... Oh no, it's the Orcam. 1 + 1 = 3. Yeah, sure, man. Today, spotting visitors is getting harder and harder. Signs aid the search. But did you ever find yourself wanting a foolproof way? This isn't foolproof. Introducing our new revolutionary aura-sensing photographic film. It exposes the soul's energy, allowing you at home to discern a human from a hostile visitor. Take a photo and see if and if you see the black patches, you found a visitor. Now, science time. Then of course there's the Energica commercial. We're gonna need that Energica. I'm kind of trying to save it. There's no one in here. I believe we don't need cat food for this night because something will happen and we're not gonna get anybody. So I'm not gonna do the cat food, at least tonight. Those poor children. Are you okay? Yes, I suppose. I don't know. I don't understand how grown, supposedly rational adults could let their emotions make them do such a thing. Well, like I said, when a crisis comes out, you know, start to see people for their true colors, honestly. They were really so terrified they would kill a child. And chaos reason's the first thing to go. But don't people realize that killing children is? I can't even find the words. Hardship unmasks us. Perhaps we are the real monsters, not the creatures that crawl up from underground. And I'm sorry if you hear my daughter, her playpen is like practically right behind me. You can kind of see it a little bit, like the gray bar right there, that's her playpen, so kind of understand how close she is. I want my mommy. How you holding up? Do you like it here? It's okay here, but I wish I was at home. When can I go home? Not anytime soon. Your house burned down. But Daddy's okay, right? What about my room? Did that also burn down? Mommy's not coming? Is there anyone else left? You should stay here for now. I'm not going anywhere without Daddy. He's coming to get me, right? I saw him get up and leave. I was running away, but I saw him. So, what she said there, I mean, earlier she said that, her dad was killed. But the fact that she's now seeing that he got up and walked away, it could potentially mean that he's a visitor now. And not, quote-unquote, dead, I guess. I mean, that's kind of what I'm thinking, but at the same time, excuse me, visitors still seem to hold, at least as far as I know, traits of, like, when they were human. So the fact that her dad hasn't come around yet to even try to get this daughter back to maybe kill her or turn her into a visitor herself is kind of odd. But neither here nor there. Alright. Closet. Okay, theater sucks, but what about your friends? Oh right, I never finished that story. Sorry, I jumped around a lot. It's hard to focus on one thing. Anyway, my friends were all actors, producers, sound guys, lighting techs, that kind of crowd. We used to get wasted from day one. I even rented small stages for my birthdays. 100 people would show up. And that was amazing. Imagine 100 people coming just to celebrate you. Man, those were the days. But the theater world's toxic as hell. Everyone's out to undercut everyone else. No money, too much stress. Over time, those parties stopped. And I realized that most of the people who came to my birthdays weren't really friends. They were just there. They used me when it suited them or talked shit about me behind my back. But hey, don't get me wrong. I sat down, made a list, figured out who to kick to the curb. Is there anybody in the bathroom? No, because they took Weed Man. Alright, so we gotta do some testing. Because you're, like, really the only one I am not sure about. Oh, I think fungus is a sign. But yeah, this photography stuff, let's do the photo. Yeah, like I said, it's kind of hit or miss. And then we'll clean ourselves up. I think after this we lose an energy. Like, we have 3 right now, but... yeah. You know, we need to start making this a habit. And then we'll go to sleep. We don't need to feed the cat food tonight. You'll see why. And it looks like my husband finally arrived to work 20 minutes late because the roads are fucking terrible. Just gonna check that. Real quick. Yep, arrived at work. Oh, yeah, we do have one person tonight. And it's for a different ending. An ending I'm not gonna do this go. But you can see that the city's on fire behind him. This is the mushroom guy. He goes to a different ending. Why, hello there, dear boy. Who are you? Oh ho ho. I'm just an old coot who knows a thing or two about mushrooms, but never mind me right now. The mycelium told me of something very troubling. Oh yes, the mushroom festival is upon us. And time, my dear boy, is slipping through our fingers. So please, listen carefully and heed my words well. I don't quite follow. Aha. Well, it will make sense. It will all make sense soon. Oh, and remember, we must stop the festival, no matter what. Now then, looky here. I have something here that will help us. The Book of Smiles. What the fuck is the Book of Smiles? It's a special book, the most special in the world. In fact, it will tell you what must be done. But I'm afraid there's no time to read it all. It's a big book, and time's not on our side. So... I just tore out the most important pages. Here, my boy, take them. Alright, I'll take the damn pages from the Book of Smiles. There's a good lad. Give them a read when you have a quiet moment, won't you? Now then, I must be off. I'll be back once you've got everything sorted, so get a wiggle on. I bid you good day. Good health, great joy, and plenty of smiles, my dear boy. Toodaloo. But yeah, you can see the city's on fire. Other than that guy, which he won't appear on your first playthrough, but he'll appear every subsequent playthrough on this day. The city's on fire and nobody really comes to the door, so... But we can look outside. That's one thing I did forget to do. You see a woman crying over her wounded husband. Can't tell if he's alive or dead. Tear-streaked, she drags his heavy body away from the gunfire. You're left with a single thought. Things will only get worse. The path along the field is littered with the bodies of those who tried to run. Nearby stands the man responsible, a FEMA officer. He holds a rifle, smoke still drifting from the barrel. Panicked people rush to nearby houses. They bang on doors, desperate for shelter, but it seems no one is willing to let them in. Yeah, it's funny how we don't get any visitors tonight, but, you know, outside there's like a whole bunch of people trying to get into houses. But yeah, this always happens on this day. 6th day or cashier's day. The cat is sleeping peacefully. You cannot feed the cat food during the night. You can only do that kind of stuff during the day. We interrupt this program with breaking news. Reports of civil unrest are coming in from a neighboring city. Due to the unresolved circumstances, FEMA forces have sealed off the area. Please remain in your homes. Stay where you are and await further instructions. And remember, support FEMA and join the fight against the visitors. That's the latest for now. Next up, some ads. Up next, a special report on the nature of the visitors. What are the visitors? Ghosts? Creatures from deep underground? No, this is neither a sci-fi novel nor a cheap headline. This is our new reality. Rumors continue to swirl about the visitors' true origin. Are they aliens? The Walking Dead? A lab experiment gone wrong? According to authorities, these are all just baseless theories. Studies show that a visitor is a human who has come into contact with an undetermined biological agent. Methods of transmission remain unknown, and FEMA urges everyone to stay alert for signs of visitors. If you believe you've been exposed or are unsure whether you might be a visitor, call the FEMA hotline on 00451. That's the latest for now. Stay tuned for more after the break. And then, yep. Marlboro. Which, you know, is a playoff of Marlboro. Some of you know I do smoke cigarettes. I've smoked a lot less since, I've started. making YouTube videos. I used to smoke one every hour, believe it or not. Now I'm like down to like one like every 3 hours. So, but I don't smoke Marlboros. I actually smoke Lucky Strikes. So, Marlboros at one point became too strong for me. I don't know why, but I smoke menthols too. So, I mean, maybe that's why. But instead of trying to like quit it cold turkey, I've kind of just kept whittling it down. So for those of you that are trying to quit, you know, just keep at it, you know, keep trying different methods. If you fail once, you know, don't beat yourself up over it. It is a hard habit to break. But going cold turkey is really, it's tough and it's rough. Take it from someone that has tried that method. But I could typically go 3 to 5 hours. Like, I'm going through a pack, like, every 2 days now. I used to be a pack a day. Now I'm down to, like, a pack every 2 days, so. Well, yes, smoking is bad. Don't start unless you want to be addicted to something that's gonna, you know, fuck up your lungs. Alright, what do we got? You can hear this? Stay away from the outskirts. The officers are shooting anyone trying to leave. Oh, what a surprise. I don't know what's going on. I just want to get out of here. Someone, please. So, nobody in there. Good. So when it comes to the bald man, I don't know if his testing portends doom counts against. Well, we already like. So I guess oopsies on that front. So maybe we won't be able to do that ending now because I think we've tested because I totally spaced out. How long have you been a teacher? For about 3 months before the cataclysm, but I was hardly a model teacher. I didn't love the job back then. The kids were just noisy and exhausting. The cataclysm changed that. It opened my eyes. You know, any of those children could have become a rock star, a politician, a parent, but now they'll never hold a guitar, never go to school, never grow up. They will forever remain an army of dreamers. I remember a day when one of the kids came running in crying, saying his parents were afraid of him. Thought he was a visitor, and so they threw him out. He didn't know where else to go, so he came to me, to the kindergarten. Husband's texting me. Woman can no longer hold back her tears and begins to cry. Oh, he's just telling me the drive home's probably gonna suck. Forgive me. Then we got the little girl. Need to accept what happened. What do you mean? I saw a TV in your room. Can I watch cartoons? Also, maybe you could invite my friend over, please? I think this is her phone number, 989-858. When the grown-ups invite her, they let her come, but if it's me, they just tell me off. Your dad might not be coming for you. I don't know what happened to him. Are you saying he's not coming? Why would you say that? What did he look like the last time you saw him? He was good. They hit him, so I don't remember. I'm sorry about your dad. He was a good man, too kind for this world. Girl seems to stare through you. You're afraid to move, so you just wait for something to happen. After some time, she starts wailing again. It doesn't look like there's anything you can do for her. It would be worse to let her believe a lie. She has to learn to accept reality as soon as possible. Yeah, that's the problem is, young kids like that, I mean, I guess it depends on household and, you know, how you talk about it, but young kids like that kind of don't understand the concept of death all too well. So... And where are those friends from your list? When the debt collector mess started, I went around looking for help. But of course, that's when the sun started frying people and the visitors crawled out. Things went from bad to bad. So I went from one friend to another. Found out one guy burned alive, fell asleep drunk in a playground, didn't wake up before sunrise. Another one got killed. Can you believe that? They thought he was a visitor. That's insane. Those so-called signs are total bullshit. They just killed my friends for nothing. It makes me so fucking angry, and I don't even know what to do with the feeling. Anger mixed with helplessness. It just freezes you. You start hating everyone around you, and yourself. Fuck those scum pigs. That's a new phrase. Oh, itchy nose. And there's nobody in the bathroom, right? No. Well, since I already checked myself, I don't know if the whole testing thing affects the ending. I honestly do not know. But I know at some point if he does come back, he will, be doing that ending. If he does come back. If he doesn't, we're gonna have to think about a different ending. Pet the cat. Not as grumpy as you first thought. Looks like it's starting to get used to you. It's only been like 2 days, my guy. Some cat food. So what the cat does with the cat food is, he will make sure nobody dies overnight. So if you do have like a couple visitors in your house, he's gonna prevent them from killing anybody. That's all that is. Alright, so I guess here. Go to sleep. What day are we on? We're on day 7. We started on day 4, we're now on day 7, so... Group of evicted stand by your neighbor's ruined house. They are in shock, whispering among themselves. They likely want to take shelter there, but is there any place left for them to hide from all of this? Any place in the world? Probably not. Oh, that guy. Yeah, that's the guy we need to be worried about. On the path stands a man armed with an assault rifle. He looks completely insane. His jacket is covered with torn out teeth, eyes, and who knows what else. It's hard to make out from here. What if they're trophies? What if he kills not for defense, but for sport? Whatever the case, you hope you're not his enemy. Yeah, that's the guy we kinda need to be worried about. On a pole hangs a man with a sign that reads, "You took everything from me." Was he robbed, or did FEMA take his family? Your mind races, but there's no answer. Guesses. Alright. Who is it? Oh, this guy. Hello there, tell me, can I trust you? You're not with FEMA, are you? No, I'm not with FEMA. Oh good, that means I can trust you. You see, it's standard FEMA protocol that agents disclose their affiliation when asked. They're required to. So if you say you're not with them, you must be telling the truth. Means I could share something big with you. What are you talking about? Brace yourself, my friend. The scales are about to fall from your eyes. Election rigging, proof the moon landing was fake, government mind control through fast food. Yes, really. And finally, the truth behind those potato-flavored chips. What does that even mean? They're an abomination of science. So we're gonna let this guy in. We got cat food to kinda help us here. Believe me, I've seen the truth. Forget all the lies you've been told. Alright, this guy's a guaranteed visitor. But I also believe he's a developer, so he's kind of an Easter egg. Has a girl with a poncho with purple hair been by here? We don't have anyone like that here. It's my daughter. I haven't been able to find her since all this shit started. We were supposed to leave this place. Then that abnormal heat wave hit, and I passed out, and when I woke up, no one was home. Nope, no trace. My daughter had just vanished. Where do you want to go? Somewhere FEMA can't reach us. Far away from here, basically. See, they're kind of looking for me because I know too much about them. Maybe those bastards took my daughter. Maybe not. If they did, they won't touch her. It's me they want. Let me crash here for a couple days until FEMA leaves the area. Then I'll move on, keep looking for my daughter. Hell, I'll even tell you everything. I know exactly where the visitors came from. Alright, so I could I could deny this guy. We do have a FEMA slip. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to let him in and give him the FEMA slip. So we're going to let him in. There aren't actually many people left today who actually hear folks. People like you are the ones who will make it through this nightmare because you and I were immortal. And we get an achievement for that. Anyone else? Okay, this guy's guaranteed safe. Can you let me in, pal? Who are you? I'm a fireman. I got caught out in the sun while we were fighting forest fires today. The thick smoke helped prevent us from getting completely burned alive, but it was still horrible. The trees, they went up like matchsticks. I've never seen anything like it. Smoldering animal carcasses covered the forest floor. What are you gonna do? Because the hospitals, they're not running right now. I wanted to keep putting out those fires. I wish I could have died back there instead of the guys. But they made it pretty clear I'd done enough. Now I can't get home. Public transport ain't running no more. The only thing I can do now is rely on human kindness. So we're gonna let him in. He's gonna give us a FEMA slip too. I don't think I'll be in your hair for too long. At least I won't have to die alone in the dirt. They gave us the slip of paper at work before we went to put the fires out. It's a mandate telling us to report to a FEMA quarantine zone. But why go if everyone who does ends up dead? Here, I don't need it anyway. You could throw it away or use it for something else. So basically, yeah, everybody that goes to FEMA does end up kind of dying. So, rip Weed Man and Tall Guy. We're gonna go to bed. Good afternoon, this is the news. We bring you an important update. New details have emerged regarding the incident that unfolded in the city. It seems one of the city's quarantine zones came under attack from an armed individual. The suspect's motive remains unclear at this time, and it's unknown if the attacker had any accomplices. Notably, several unverified individuals also escaped the quarantine zone. And then this right here, this is a false sign. Silence is the harbinger of death. A sinister quiet that drains the soul, but worse than the emptiness is the ringing. A distant funeral knell growing ever louder. The bells toll for us, filling our ears with endless din. Filthy thoughts caught in webs of wax. An infernal nest where visitors thrive. So this is a quote-unquote fake sign. I mean, it is and it isn't. It's rare to actually see this, like, see a bug crawl out of someone's ear. But for the most part, it's not going to help you at all. It's definitely not going to help you against the guy with the gun. Ankle deep in sticky sustenance. And a whole bunch of Latin. Up next, a special report on a temporary suspension of corpse disposal. Today's incident has sparked numerous theories. Some reports describe a lone shooter, while others mention an armed group dressed in hooded clothing. However, the city's greatest challenge may still lie ahead. Due to the lockdown measures imposed, corpse disposal in the surrounding areas has been temporarily suspended. Residential inspections, however, will continue as scheduled. If you are able to cremate the deceased, do so immediately. The heck? If not, please wait until the situation has resolved before surrendering any accumulated remains. That's the latest for now. Stay tuned. My husband's going, I can't believe kiddo had school today. Yes, my kid had school today. In the middle of a snowstorm. Alright. So we got the firefighter here. So goddamn hot. How are you feeling? Seems like even worse than I thought. Damn it. I don't think I'll hold out much longer than a week. Did ease the pain a little when you let me in, though. Thank you. But now I'm just sitting here while the rest of the guys are out there dying. I could have stayed with them. It's not like I've got anything to lose. I'm already on the way out after all. Yeah, this guy we're gonna give a FEMA slip. What did you mean when you said we're immortal? Well, you could shoot yourself in the head and see for yourself if you want, but I'd recommend against doing that if I were you. Of course, we're not mortal in the way you're thinking. After death, we reincarnate and live again. Then we die once more, and the cycle of rebirth continues on. Kind of going on about how we can go through different playthroughs, basically. I know how that sounds, but if you've seen what I've seen, you'd understand. Maybe the visitors were once human, then reborn. Can't say for sure, I don't know how this shit works. I'm certain nature keeps plenty of secrets from us, but I'll find my daughter one day. I'm not sure if I'll do it in this life or the next, but I will, because we truly never die. So I'm gonna give you a famous slip. And then we'll continue her story. I'm sorry for yesterday, I didn't mean to upset you. It's alright, I'm okay now, I feel better. About that boy, after he came to me, I realized how defenseless children are, especially when things fall apart. I started taking in every abandoned soul I could. I listened to their stories. It was unbearable to hear how some parents discarded them without even a second thought. As if the cataclysm was enough excuse to abandon a child. Perhaps they never wanted children in the first place. Yeah, that is, the case. Have you? Yeah, we're done with her now. Something to share? What are those papers? You would not believe what's in these files. Seriously, some of it's actually pretty darn fascinating. Take this one, for instance. The theory is especially curious. It claims visitors aren't actually real, that they're part of a secret government plan to prune the population. Quite a compelling read, and oddly, it kind of makes sense if you really think about it. Now, consider overpopulation as a problem, yes? It simply is the truth of our society. Suppose this is how the government has decided to handle it, Alright, let's test you. It's... Leave you alone. And I think we're also done with theater guy? Lived with my ma and nana. My pops left and he was an actor too. A cheater, a drunk. Classic theater, right? Ma worked in the costume department. She tried to protect me all my life, and when I grew up, I found out we'd been drowning in problems all along. Ma couldn't always land a job. Big theaters, forget it. Impossible. Small ones, barely any money, or no work at all. She got a loan, not from anyone she knew, just some random company. Just so we'd have something to eat. Of course she couldn't pay it back. Then the collectors started coming. I remember we had this strict rule. Don't answer the door if you weren't expecting anyone. And if you got to the house and there were some guys hanging around, you went for a walk for a couple more hours. It was fucked up. And yet, with everything else going on, people got savage, collectors even more so. One time I came back home, door wide open, everything wrecked. Ma and Nana, damn, their fingers, legs broken. Fuck, it was a nightmare. Then these two huge guys showed up. I ran. Of course I ran. I was scared. But fuck, I hate myself for it. For not protecting them, for running like a coward, for never going back. I'm just too scared, selfishly scared. That's just fucked up beyond words. So it sounds like they got involved in some loan sharks, maybe the mafia. I don't know, this seems to be like a post-Soviet country. Not 100% on that, but that's what it seems like, especially with like the buildings out there and whatnot. I wouldn't be surprised if his mom got involved like with a Russian mafia like loan shark or something. And, you know, that's how that went down. Alright, we're gonna go through one more night. I need to call and see if I can get a kombucha. But we're gonna go through one more night and then we'll end the video. One jar of kombucha, please. So we'll get that jar tonight. But we're gonna go through this night first. I think FEMA comes tonight as well. Oh, I got one energy left. We'll just spend it in here, I guess. I don't know if I want to feed the cat. We might want to, because if FEMA does come tonight, I'm pretty sure they take 2 people. Pet you, then we will feed you. So we might have to take some people in. Daughter fell asleep in her playpen. A group evicted by FEMA has settled into your neighbor's ruins. Though little remains, the basement seems to be intact. Small pocket of safety. How long can they keep hiding? Not for long, I'm afraid. Wild dogs roam the street. Your bodies bear shallow burns. Hunger wears them thin. Inside your house, you don't fear them. You can't shake the feeling that it's better to not go outside. Small groups carrying their belongings gather nearby. They whisper, careful not to be heard by FEMA officers. Looks like they're from the quarantine zones and are moving into former residents' homes. Now the hanging man looks like a grim welcome sign. Yes, I'm coming. Pretty sure FEMA's gonna come tonight. Yep. Alright, well we gave the one guy FEMA slip, so he's gonna get taken and he's a guaranteed visitor, but I don't know who the other person's gonna be. The sooner we get them, the better. Going on in the city, repercussions. Keep resisting and there will be even more outbreaks that need wiping out. Hiding visitors only makes them multiply, and that only leads to more violence. How long is this all going to continue? We're still studying the cause of these events. Stay out of our way. Hard to say when things will return to normal. We need to run more tests to keep things under control. Cooperate with us and this will all be over before you know it. So what now? We need people. 2 to be precise. Okay, so I was right that they were going to take 2 people. It'll speed things up. This is all for the best. Fine if it helps. Remember, help us help you. Thank you for understanding. We'll bring these 2 back before you know it. No, you won't. Oh, they took the teacher. That sucks. But yeah, they did take the guaranteed visitors, so we're fine. I think the cultist guy's gonna come, though. Yes. Yes, your house is perfect. Feel it. What exactly do you feel? Death. Death has taken a liking to your house. She's quite fond of it. Don't know how many have died here, but her presence is strong. Even are you, and why are you dressed like that? We are the harbingers of a new faith, the orators of a hollow doctrine. Death hath come. She wishes only to soothe humanity, to free us from our chaos, bitterness, and bedlam. We are simply helping her draw closer. It is the only way to find salvation. There's no going back. So what do you want? We must perform the burial rites in ways anew. Your house is perfect for it. Yes. Death's influence is strong here. What's been happening here anyway? In any case, let my brothers trespass here. Protect them. They must survive long enough to complete their tasks. Sounds like a tall order. It is a tall order. The road to higher purpose is never one easily traveled. Do you not long for peace? A world where no one is a burden to any other? Watch over my people, and remember, if one of them dies, your house will be reduced to nothing. This is actually not true. If one of them does die or gets taken by FEMA, nothing happens. Oh. Alas, there is no other way. I don't like being threatened, but fine, I'll help. Thank you. They shall not need much time, but still, watch over them. See you later. I'll come to check on them. Yep, it's this guy. Keeping your distance, huh? Good, that improves your odds of survival. Unless you're a visitor. Who are you? Someone who's here to clean up the filth my neighborhood's dealt with. You don't need to know nothing else about me. Let me guess, is that a broom in your hands? Heh, funny way of looking at it. Sure, it's a broom. I could sweep away the filth with my bare hands, but this just makes it easier. The most effective way, though, lock them up in a house and torch it. Anyone who feels sorry for visitors might as well be them. B1. So, why are you here? Hold it. You've already asked your questions. Now I'll ask mine. Anything going on in this neighborhood? Any threats I should keep an eye out for? Half-naked visitor annihilated an entire patrol. This is what I always say because, yeah, it's true. He doesn't care about FEMA. If you use this option, he deems you a bit more suspicious. And then, he doesn't really say much other than, you know, good for you, you got a gun. So, half-naked visitor annihilated an entire patrol. Just one, half-naked. So, wasn't wearing any protective armor? Interesting. You actually saw him? Yeah, I believe you did. You don't talk like someone who's in the habit of spreading rumors. You've got my attention. I'll be back again. So, he's gonna come back later. There's our delivery guy. You look kind of down. My coworker got taken by FEMA. Morning check, same as always. They noticed his eyes. Red. God damn it. That was it. They hauled him off. Now I don't even know what happened to him, or if they'll ever let him out. And what if my eyes go red from lack of sleep? They gonna drag me off to one of those fucking quarantine zones too? Don't stress it. You'll be fine. Fine? What's fine even mean in the middle of a cataclysm? All these visitors, the signs, and the damn sun. I thought it couldn't get worse, but every day it just gets crazier. Next thing you know, they'll say pubic hair is a sign of being a visitor, and the world will go even more batshit. Alright, I gotta get a move on. Take your order and I'll be on my way. So we got our kombucha. Have a good night. Is that it? Nope, that's not it. Alright, I'm pretty sure this guy's also a guaranteed visitor, so we're not gonna let him in for now. Why do you care? Dreams are delicate, strange things. Dreams are where we search for answers, find comfort, or simply seek a moment of calm. But now, they're breaking down, losing shape. I think it's because they've lost that sacred space and the time to rest, to reflect. You should leave. Think people will ever start dreaming again? I sure hope so. It's hard without dreams. Hard on anyone. That it? That looks like no one else. Alright. We'll get in, we'll sleep, and then we'll save the game. Good afternoon, you're watching the news. FEMA is currently assisting victims of the quarantine zone attack. Due to overcrowding in existing facilities, the agent has made the following decision. Evacuated residents will be temporarily housed in buildings on the outskirts of the city. Fortunately, local homeowners are cooperating with FEMA and have offered shelter. This report, only a portion of escaped vigils have been located. Thankfully, a new identifier announced by officials earlier today. Bleeding gums. If any individual showing this condition comes to your door, do not engage. Wait for a scheduled FEMA patrol and report the suspect to relevant authorities. And remember, stay where you are and await further instructions. That's the latest for now. Up next, a special report on a dangerous new cult, which is the cultists we're kind of housing at the moment, funny enough. Visitors aren't just hiding among us, they may be infiltrating our very thoughts. Multiple cities are now reporting outbreaks of organized cult activity. Charges against them include ritual sacrifice, worship of an unknown deity, and possible ties to the visitors themselves. According to these new reports, the cult has taken a public stand against FEMA. What began as harmless evangelizing has now escalated into direct action. Some experts believe that the cult may even be responsible for the recent violent incidents in the city. Viewers are urged to avoid contact with these so-called new believers. Aiding or sympathizing with any cultist may result in arresting or criminal charges. This is the latest for now. Stay tuned. Alright, so we're gonna use this kombucha. We're gonna end it here. So that's gonna be it for this episode. If you like the episode, go ahead and give it a like. If you want to subscribe, go ahead and do that. And I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.